I'm not hearing anything. Soda. More.
And I don't say that. I be saying that about your brother. What happened?
She did not fight everybody in the house, especially my father.
That's not an issue. She can be fighting his father. For what? Oh, wait. What happened? Because she cannot just start fighting. What happened?
People not for the same issue of our being biological father. As a matter of fact, what she is things out of the house, asking him to leave the house.
Okay, good evening, ma.
To what weapon?
Good evening, everyone.
Who wants that? I said it's
Can you hear me?
What do you want, my own?
Yes.
You know I said that.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Right. Where did we stop in our last class? Where did we stop in our last class? Let me quickly. Where did we stop? It's like, okay, I think question what? I'm coming. This question 1, question. Okay. We stopped at question 5, right? Now, have you all gone through this question? Have you gone through it once again? And did you understand everything we did here? Did you understand everything we did? Eh? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Who did not understand? Mrs. Angela.
Hello, sir.
Mrs. Angela. Have you
Yes,
have you watched the video?
This is example 6.
She told me how you fight everybody at home.
Have you done
Yes.
example 6?
I've watched it.
Okay. Is there any question from your own end?
Yes. Example 6.
Example what?
Did she lie?
Example 6.
I don't think we have solved example 6, have we? Have we done 6?
I'm seeing it here.
Oh, okay. 6. That's true. We have done 6. Okay, what's your question? What's your question on example 6?
Yes.
What's your question on it, ma'am?
This irredeemable debenture.
Irredeemable debenture.
I don't know whether you should find it.
Irredeemable debenture, right?
Yes.
Let me increase
This
the volume.
Babalola. Yes.
Yeah. You mean this? The one I highlighted there, Abby?
Yes.
This one here.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Is that
Yes.
is that the only thing you don't understand there?
Yes.
Okay. Now you know when I was discussing the cause of death. You know when I was discussing cause of death with you people, I made mention of the fact that we have 2 types of debt, right? That we have traded and non-traded debt. Can you remember? And we said traded are either irredeemable or redeemable. Okay? And when we say traded, it means those debts that can be bought and sold on the floor of the exchange, right? And I say if a traded debt is irredeemable. It means you cannot get your money back from the company. Okay, you cannot return the certificate, the debt certificate to the company and retrieve your money from them, because it is the debt will continue to be with the company forever, except you sell it to another person because it is traded. And because of that, for you to compute cost of irredeemable debt, I gave you formula that the formula is going to be interest amount.
Carry your seat outside.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
I want to
I'm
get that,
ready.
please. Okay, that is going to be
Yes.
interest amount. Adjust the interest amount for tax purpose. And how do you do that? Subtract the tax rate from 1. That's how we have a 1 minus 0.3. So 1 minus tax rate. The T there represent the tax rate, and VD represent the market value of debt. Once you see the debt and it's irredeemable, if it is irredeemable, this is the formula you need to calculate that cost of debt. Okay, that's the formula you need to calculate the cost of debt. Now, what is the interest? If you look at the debt, we're told that the interest rate on the debt is what? The interest rate on the debt is 12%, right? And the nominal value is 100. So multiply that 12% by 100, we have 12. Okay, we have 12. Then what is the market value of the debt? The question gave us the market value of the debt as 125. But the question further tells us that the interest on the debt has not been paid. So, and the interest is what? The interest is 12 naira. Because the interest has not been paid, the market value of the debt is cum interest. So you need to convert it to X interest market value. And how do you do that? Just remove the interest amount from the market value. That's how we got our 113. The tax rate, I told them to assume 30% when we're solving it, 30% tax rate. So just put all this information in this formula.
Okay. That was why I got a code.
Oh, okay, the tax rate, Abby. So just put all what we have computed here in the formula. We have 12 naira into bracket 1 minus tax rate, which is 0.3, all over 113 times 100. So that is going to be 12 into bracket 0.7, all over 113 times 100. So that's how we got our, what did we even get? We got 7.4% as the cost of debt. Is it clear now? It's clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let us go to the next question. Let's go to the next question, which is example 7. Example 7. Example 7. So let us go through the question. Let's go through this question. Okpeluyeru PLC. Okpeluyeru PLC operates low-cost airline and is a listed company. By comparison to its major competitors, it is relatively small, but it has expanded significantly in recent years. The shares are held mainly by large financial institutions. That paragraph is just explanatory paragraph explaining the nature of this company. You don't have any reasonable information to pick from there. Okay, no information in that paragraph that will affect your computation. It's just a background to the company. Okay, now let us continue. The following are extracts from Okpeluyeru PLC budgeted statement of financial position as at 31st May 2012. So look at it. The statement of financial position is as at when? As at 31/5/2012, 2002, right? 2002. So what are the figures we have therein? We have ordinary shares of 1 naira each, and that is 100 million. We have reserves. Reserves is 50 million. We have 9% loan note, 2005 at nominal value. The relevance of this is that 2005 represent the redemption date. Okay, it means that debt, the 9% loan note, will be redeemed in 2005, and the redemption value is going to be at nominal value, that is at par. So that's the information you have there. Now, dividends have grown in the past at 3% a year, resulting in an expected dividend of £1 per share to be declared on 31st May 2002. Assume for simplicity that dividend will also be paid on this date. Due to expansion, dividends, excuse me, due to expansion, dividends are expected to grow at 4% a year from 1st June 2002 for the foreseeable future. The price per share is currently 10.4 XD, and this is not expected to change before 31st May 2002. The existing loan notes are due to be redeemed at par on 31st May 2005. The market value of this loan note at 1st June 2002 is expected to be 100.84 x interest per 100 nominal. Interest is payable annually in arrears on 31st May and is liable for tax purposes. Tax is payable on profit at a rate of 30%. Assume tax rate is payable. Assume tax is payable at the end of the year in which the taxable profit arise. Required. Calculate the expected work of Okolo PSA at 31st May 2002. So what the question asks us to calculate is what? We are asked to calculate work. Okay. So the first thing we are going to do, Mrs. Angela, there is a background noise from your end. Okay, so the company is what? Opeloyeru PLC. Let's see. Opeloyeru PLC. And what do we want to do? We want to compute work. Computation of work. Computation of work. Computation of work. Now, what is the formula for work? I've given you the formula. Work is computed as cost of equity times market value of equity all over market value of equity plus market value of debt, then plus cost of debt times market value of debt, okay, times market value of debt all over market value of equity plus market value of debt. This is the formula for work. If you have preference shares will be included. But in this question, we don't have preference shares. So you don't need to include the preference share portion of the work formula here because in the question, there is no preference share. So let's see, we want to compute work. And from this formula, you can see clearly that we have to compute what? Before you can compute your work, you must compute your cost of equity. You must determine your market value of equity. You must compute your cost of debt. You must determine the market value of debt before you can compute your work. So let us compute the component of this work one after the other. Cost of equity. Cost of equity, which is what? KE. Cost of equity is KE. How do you compute our KE? Now, let's go back to the question. Let us go back to the question and see what basis we are going to use. If you look at this question, we are given dividend, Abby. Let's look at the dividend. Dividend have grown in the past at 3% in the past. Take note, in the past. So we have past dividend growth rate, which is what? 3%. And it has resulted in an expected dividend of what? 1 naira per share to be declared on 31st of May. So, and what's our current date? Our current date is 31st of May, 2002. And when we are declaring a dividend on this date, and we are told that that dividend has been growing right from the past, and we are expecting 1 naira dividend at the end of 31st May 2002. So, and my current date is 31st May 2002. What does that imply? It implies that that 1 naira dividend is what? Is my current dividend, because my current date is 31st May 2002. The 1 naira dividend is my current dividend. Okay. So it means for me to compute cost of equity in this question, I have to use dividend valuation model. I have to use dividend valuation model. Okay. If I conclude that I'm using dividend valuation model, I will now have to decide, is my dividend a growing dividend or a constant dividend? Okay, let us see. Due to expansion, dividend are expected to grow at 4% a year from 1st June 2002. So that is my future growth rate. Because my current date is 31st May 2002, and the question tells me that 4% growth rate in dividend is expected from 1st of June. 1st of June is beginning of the next accounting year. Okay, 1st of June is beginning of the next accounting year. Therefore, my dividend growth rate is going to be what? It's going to be 4%. So I'm using dividend growth model. Dividend growth model. And how is that stated? Is D0 into bracket 1 plus G all over what? All over market value of equity plus the growth rate plus G. So that's the formula I need for this question because my dividend is growing. Now, what's my dividend? My current dividend, according to the question, is what? My current dividend is 1. My current dividend is 1. Sorry. And my growth rate, G, is given as what? G is given as 4%. And what is the market value? So let's go and sort out the market value. We've sorted the dividend, we've sorted the growth rate. What about the market value of equity? Okay. The price per share is currently 10.4 XD, and this is not expected to change from 31st May 2002. So we're told that the dividend, the market price of share is what? The market price is 10.4 and it's XD. So it's already XD. I don't need to deduct the current dividend again. But if it had been stated cum div, I would have deducted the current dividend to convert it to XD. But in the question has already told me that the dividend is what? The market value is what? Is XD. So I state it as XD, 10.4. So what will now be the cost of equity? Cost of equity will be 1, which is the current dividend into bracket 1 plus the growth rate is 0.04 all over market value of equity 10.4, then plus 0.04. So evaluate this. When we evaluate this, we have 1 into bracket 1.04 all over 10.4 all over 10.4 plus 0.04. Okay, so we have KE to be equals cost of equity be equal to, yeah, let us carry out this using the calculator. This will simply give me 1.04 divided by 10.4 plus 0.04 times 100. So that's going to give me 14%. Okay, that's going to give me 14%. That is my cost of equity. Cost of equity is 14%. Do you have a question on this? Do we have a question on this? question on this? Any question?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Yes, I have a question on the other one, the last one.
Ma'am?
I have a question on the last question we saw.
Which one?
This last one.
Ah, but you could have stopped me now. That's why that was the first thing I did. I said, do we have questioning from the previous thing we did?
Yeah, I want to this number of years that you got 5 years. How did you get the 5 years?
The tax rate.
It's in the question.
Or which one?
No, not the tax rate, the number of
Number of
years. Yes.
Okay, here Abi, in
The
this table
number of
Abi.
years. So which year?
In this table Abi.
Yes, you wrote 1 to 5. Yes, sir.
It's given in the question. Go
How
and
did you
check that
get
question.
this
Look at it.
2018?
Count from what's our current date?
2018.
And it's going to be redeemed when? 2024. Is it 24 or 23?
Yeah.
Okay, 24. Abi, it will be redeemed in year 2024, but it will be converted when? In year 2023. Abi? And look at what we did. I said, look at it here. If it's to be converted, you have to convert it in year 2023. But if it is to be redeemed, you will redeem it when? 2024. And which one did we choose? We choose conversion now. So count from year 2018 to year 2023. We give you 5 years because we did not choose what? Redemption. And the reason I gave you then was that you will pick the one that will give you a higher value between conversion value and redemption value. So since the conversion value will give me 108, while the redemption value will give me 105, then I will choose the conversion value. So it will be converted in 5 years' time.
Yes, sir. But if you come from 2018 to 2024, it will give us 6 years.
You said, what did you say?
If you come from 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
When we're computing dividend, okay, if you have your first child in 2018, will you say in 2023 the child is 6 years old?
Yeah.
Hello?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, now that's, I told you that thing when we were doing a dividend, a good model. I used that scenario to explain. If you start your business in 2018, before the business will be 1 year, it's what? You have to count 12 months. So from 2018 to 2019 is 1 year.
Okay, sir.
Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
So that's the way, please, that's the way you count it. You don't count the year you are. No. Current year is not counted. You have to start from the next year. Okay, shall we continue now? Shall we continue now?
Sir, I have a question.
Okay. What's your question?
The dividend have grown in the past 3
at 3%.
Past years at 3%.
Yeah.
We didn't use it. Why wouldn't we use it?
Okay, good. Now, that information is telling us that in the past, our dividend has been growing at 3%, Abi, up till 31/5/2002. And what type of dividend did I ask you to use when you want to compute cost of equity, where dividend is growing? What type of dividend? Hello?
Current dividend.
Not current. I didn't tell you current. I said future dividend. If you go and listen to those videos very well, I said anytime you are making a valuation, you are using future what? Dividend. Future dividend.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
At any point in time, when you are what? When you are computing cost of equity and your dividend is growing, it has to be future dividend. And for you to compute the future dividend, are you going to apply past growth rate? No. You must apply future growth rate. That 3% is the what? Is the growth rate of dividend in the past. But the question has told you that henceforth, dividend will now be growing at what? At 4%. So for me to get my future dividend, I need to apply the future growth rate. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
That is the reason why we did not use that 3% but what? 4%. Please always note that you need future dividend. It does not apply to only cost of capital. Even when we are doing, when we start business valuation, by the time we start, we see, even in business valuation, you need future cash flow. Okay? You need future cash flow. That is the rule. So when we get there, I will explain better. Any other question here? I think we are fine, Abby. Mrs. Angela, are you fine? Are you fine with this? Okay, let us continue. I think Mrs. Angela is busy this evening, Abby. It's like you are busy. Okay, no problem. Let us continue. Let us continue. So let us compute our cost of what? Cost of, what type of debt do we have here? Cost of,
Excuse me, sir.
yeah,
Excuse me, sir.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Excuse me,
I can hear
sir.
you. I can hear you.
I didn't
Go
get
ahead.
14% too.
What did you get?
I got 11%.
How did you do it?
I got 11%, not 14%.
How did you do it? I know what you did. What you did is that you added
Cost of
10.4 to
equity.
0.1, 0.04, Abby. Is that what you did? You did 10.4
Excuse
plus
me, sir.
0.04, Abby. Hello? Hello? Mrs. Angela, answer now. Hello? Can you people hear me at all?
Yeah, hearing you, sir.
Yeah, Mrs. Angela, answer now. You asked the question. I'm trying to confirm what you did.
We can
What
hear you,
is
sir.
the-
Yeah, I
Your
know now.
network.
My question is directed at Mrs. Angela.
is your network?
I think she's muted. She's muted.
Yeah, he can unmute himself. She can unmute herself rather.
Network is disturbing me here.
Mrs. Angela, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
I said what you did is you added 10.4 to 0.04, right?
Yes, and I got 11%, not 14%.
That is not the procedure. You can't. This one is percentage. This one is. That's why I said, see, there are some small mathematics you must know how to do before you can solve all these questions. I said always follow your board mass. You know I said that. I said always follow your board mass. So write it down now if you don't know it. Write board mass. Very important. You must follow that through. Otherwise, you'll be getting the wrong figure. Board mass says you must open your bracket first. When you have bracket, the first thing you evaluate is the bracket. So if I want to evaluate my bracket here, I will have KE is equal to 1 times 1.04 will give me 1.04 all over 10.4 plus 0.04. Now, cost of equity. After bracket, what follows? You have to carry out division. Division comes after you have evaluated your bracket. The next thing that comes is division, not addition. You have to carry out division. And how do you divide? You now say 1.04 divided by 10.4. And that will give you 0.1. Now say 0.1 plus 0.1 plus 0.04. Now, after division, multiplication, but here I don't have multiplication, so I will jump. Then the next one is what? Is addition. I will now add 0.1 plus 0.04 is going to give you 0.14. 0.14, and 0.14 is 14%. So that's the rule to follow, please. You must know all this. You must know all this. Okay. So let us continue, right? I think we can continue now. It's going to give you 14%, so not 11%. Now, cost of 9% loan note. Cost of 9% loan note. Now, what type of debt is loan note? I want to hear from you. What type of debt is loan note?
Untraded debt.
Hmm? Go and look at what we did in the past. Did I tell you it's non-traded debt? I gave you an example of traded debt. I said loan stock, loan notes, debenture, bonds.
Traded, sir.
Good. Traded. And this debt now, is it redeemable or irredeemable? Is it redeemable or irredeemable?
Redeemable.
Redeemable. So if it is redeemable, it means we are using what? We are using internal rate of return. We are using internal rate of return. So if you are using internal rate of return, you already know the variables you need to compute. First thing is what? You need your interest. You need interest. So what's the interest rate? 9%. 9% times 100 will give you 9 naira. Will give you 9 naira. Okay, now you convert this interest to net interest. Net interest. Net interest means that you have to adjust that interest for tax purpose. Okay, adjust the interest for tax purpose. So I'm going to have 9 into bracket. What's our tax rate in the question? Our tax rate is 40. Our tax rate is
30%.
30%. So we have 1 minus 0.3. 1 minus 0.3. That's going to be what? Well, let's do it. We're going to have 9 times 0.7. That's 6.3. That's 6.3. This is the interest you need to use, not the first one. The first one is the gross. This is the gross interest. Maybe I should indicate it. This is the gross interest. But when you are computing cost of debt, you don't use gross interest. What do you use? You use net interest. Okay? So let's get our market value. Market value. Market value. Now the question tells us that our market value is what? Is 100.84 and it's what? X interest. So I just put it that way, 100.84. I don't need any adjustment because it is already X interest. Okay, so what's the redemption value? Redemption value, the question tells us that it's at par. What is the par value? 100. So redemption value is 100. These are the information I need to compute my cost of traded debt. So I'll go and set up my IRR formula the way I did the other time. So insert table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think 6 by 4 should be okay. The same we used the other time. Now this will be my year. This will be my year. This will be my cash flow. This will be my cash flow. Okay. DCF at 10%. I told you I always start my own with 10%, but you can use any two rate of your choice. So this is my PV, DCF at whatever percent, which I don't know yet, then present value. Okay. Now, the first year is year 0, Abi, the beginning. And what you have in year 0 is the market value of the debt, 100.84. 100.84. Okay. Then this debt we have how many years? The debt we have is redeemable in 2005 and we are in 2002. So that's just 3 years. 1 to 3 years. 1 to 3. And the interest there is 6.3. So, and at the end of the year 3, it's going to what? It's going to be redeemed. Okay, and what is the redemption value at par of 100? I think I need to include one column here. Let me insert 1 column to the right. Let me include it to the left. Let me include it to the left. To the left. Okay, good.